All right, welcome back, everyone. Now we're joined by Sneaky from Cloud9 after yet another win for your team. Congratulations. Now, there's something that happened in this game that actually doesn't happen in a lot of Cloud9 games. Balls died a lot. He's usually a very quiet person. What does he sound like when he's losing his lane?
He was pretty much saying, "I'm dead. I'm dead again. I'm dead again." And then we were kind of comforting him, saying stuff like, "It's all right. We're doing well. It's all right. It doesn't really matter if you die," because he actually had no kills or assists, so it didn't actually matter, because he just kept going lower and lower in gold.
So, yeah, what is the plan that goes through your team discussion when you are having to adapt to one lane that's losing really hard?
That actually happens somewhat often anyways. Like, me and Lemon may die and give up first blood, and then other lanes just dominate. Like, we just try and do better across the whole map when one lane is failing.
Okay, so let's talk about your and Lemon's lane. You're very famous now for this Ashe and Zyra combo because of all the utility that it brings, but Velocity also ran a very utility-heavy duo lane in Varus and Nami. What is it like going into another matchup in the duo lane that has so much?
It was almost an even matchup. I felt like we won because of their summoners. He had cleanse and heal, so they had no aggressive at all, and we were just able to win an entire trade because of it. And like Lemon flashed on him, and they had to heal, and they had nothing left, and we just won because of that.
So when do you decide when you can go very aggressive and flashing forward, especially on someone like Ashe? It's a very risky gambit to go for those solo kills like on Maple Street.
Well, that one specifically, he walked into me, and I had a gigantic creep wave, so I was already slowing him too. I was like, well, this is a free kill. I had arrow up, and I just arrowed, and he had to flash under his tower, and I just killed him from there. It just all depends on the rest of the map and then what advantages you have.
Does the other team having a duo lane with so much utility change your guys' mid-game or end-game plans with how you want to choose your engagements at all?
It definitely does. It makes us not able to fully engage whenever we want because they can disengage a lot of the times. But other than that, it doesn't really affect us that much.
Are you guys worried at all about the Vulcan Mikhail's Crucible that they've started using against Ashe now?
It's a pretty good counter, but it doesn't completely counter because a lot of the times Sona's not even near the arrow target, and even if the arrow hits like a Malphite, it really doesn't do anything for the Malphite because he's gonna get out of it in like a second anyways.
Okay, so we all know that Lemonation is your support in-game, and he does that very well, but who is your support in real life?
I guess my mom and girlfriend. They like tell me good luck and have fun and whatever, just good games and stuff after the games and before the games.
Makes sense. Always good to have that support group too. So actually, you know, how did you really become pro? What's your path to pro, since so many viewers out there are wanting to be professional players now that the LCS is so big?
Well, I started playing League and just casually, and then I just started going high up in the ranks. Like Season 1, I got 1900 and I stood on that, and then Season 2, I went all the way up to like 2650. I just played a lot of solo queue, and then people start to notice you, that you're doing well, and then try and pick you up for teams. And if you want to go competitive from there, you can. And you just start learning the whole team scene.
So then once you did get picked up and you started playing with Lemon so much, how did he change your style, if at all, as an AD carry?
Well, Lemon kind of controls the lane. Like when we're in 2v1s, he tells me to push the lane or hold it here and whatnot. But other than that, I was naturally aggressive, which just kind of meshes well with Lemon.
Okay, so if you can think back to maybe a year ago, before you were a professional player, how has your life most changed since becoming a professional?
Well, a year ago from now, I was in school. No,
That's a big change.
okay, I was in school. Like I was planning on going to school. No. I was in my summer term of college, and I was just starting to go professional. Like, not actually professional, but I was playing in like the solo mid tournaments and stuff, just having fun, and I was just stuck in a dorm. But now I'm out here in California having lots of fun with my team, playing in the LCS.
Sounds like a good life. So as a professional player, you're an AD carry now, but if you could play any other role professionally, what would it be and why?
I would definitely play mid lane. I love playing champions like Orianna, where her ults are just game changing. if you land a 4-man ult, they just get destroyed because they're all CC'd and slowed and just stuff like that. Like all the champions I played mid lane were either high utility carries or just assassins, and I don't usually get to play that with AD.
So we've actually seen, even in the LCS, some teams switching up roles. Have you talked with anyone else? Have you talked with Hai about doing any sort of tricky switches and role swaps?
Not with this team. I did it with my old team. Like my mid player Kenneth wanted to play AD. I was like, all right, I'll go mid as like Anivia or something.
Now that you guys have really secured pretty much the top spot and your spot in Season 4 and playoff round buys and pretty much everything that you need to secure, are you going to open up and you do more flexible things, like try some crazy role swaps or new champions or anything like that?
We're not going to role swap, but I could see champion picks being a little bit more crazy. But we still don't want to just throw games or anything or do stupid stuff like jungle brand.
Okay, so no jungle brand. Now, our next game that is going to come up is TSM versus CLG, which has been one of the longest standing rivalries in all of League of Legends, pretty much since the game was competitive at all. Now, you have to have been a player before you were famous, just a regular player, and had maybe a different view on these teams. What did you think of TSM and CLG before you were on Cloud9?
Well, I always watched CLG when they were in Korea. Like, I thought they were really good and just starting to dominate. And TSM was like in their prime a year ago. They were doing well overall and just beating everyone in A. But now we're the top, and I get to play with them. And they're still really good teams, but obviously we're better right now.
So how do you think your opinions have changed of those teams? Did your favorite between them change at all?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I think I favored CLG more in the past, but now I'm favoring TSM because I'm closer with them. But I kind of knew their personalities through watching all their vlogs and just videos about them. Like, that's what the videos do, that you get to know them as people.
Definitely nice to know them more in person than online. All right, well, thank you, Sneaky, for all of the info that you've been able to drop on us.